You can buy these two side-by-side properties in a charming French village for just 45,000 euros, which is about $49,000. You'll be able to walk to restaurants, a bar, and a bakery in under 5 minutes. Plus, it's just 1 hour and 20 minutes to get to Paris by train. You're going to want to see this one, so keep watching. If we haven't met, I'm Tommy from TravelTirement.com. If you dream of retiring or owning a vacation home in Italy or France, grab my complimentary checklist to kickstart your plans. It's free at TravelTirement.com. These two properties are located in the town of Moulins-la-Marche in the Normandy area of northern France. Besides the city of Paris, which is just an hour and 20 minutes by train, the nearest towns are Caen in the north and Le Mans to the south. This is an area of gently rolling hills and beautiful green countryside. Nearby, you can find a bike greenway trail that can take you all the way to Mont Saint-Michel on the coast, as well as a kayak and canoe rental place so you can have a nice relaxing day on the water. But before I show you those, let's do a virtual walk around the town and look at some local amenities. The two properties for sale are located right here where you see this blue pin. The town is small enough that you can easily walk to all the amenities nearby. By the way, I want to give a quick shout out to my new friends Raina and Jason from Baguette Bound. If you're not following their channel, you should be. In a recent video, they shared 5 important things to have in a French village to make it more comfortable for living. So I'm going to use their list and see how this village stacks up. The first thing on their list is a bakery or boulangerie, and I can see that this village has 2 of them. One of them is just a 3-minute walk away. It's only 200 meters from the property. And the other is just a 2-minute walk away. It's only 190 meters away. The second thing that Raina and Jason mentioned is a épicerie, which is like a convenience store or a very small general store. And I can see that one is located just once again, 2-minute walk from the property. The third item on their list is a pharmacy, which, unlike a drugstore in the United States, they're actually able to provide a little bit of healthcare services, not just sell products. And I can see there are 2 of these nearby. One is a 3-minute walk away. Another one, it looks like, is just a 9-minute walk from the property. Even though I've seen these on my previous property profiles, they're very common. I was not as familiar and didn't realize how convenient it is to have a tabac, which again, you would think it's just a tobacco store, a place for cigarettes and cigars and things. But Raina and Jason shared how surprised they were to go in, and they often have a small bar or even a restaurant with tables where you can gather and meet some of the people in your community or just go get out of the house to have a quick drink. And once again, I can see a tabac located right in the town, just a 2-minute walk from the property. Super convenient. The last place that Raina and Jason recommend you look for when you are searching these small towns and villages in France is, of course, a post office, which is more than just a place to get mail and send mail. They have tons of other services available. Again, check out that video from Jason and Raina, and they go into a lot more detail. Anyway, I can see the post office is also a 2-minute walk away, and ironically, I'll show you this picture from the Google Street View. It is literally right next to the tabac. Another thing my friends at Baguette Bound shared that's important to consider when you're moving to France is the number of associations in your local town or village. These are more like clubs, activity groups that you can get together with. I found the town's website, and there's an actual section on here that lists all of their associations. You can just scroll through and see what they're all about. One that gave me a little chuckle was this one called the Good Old Friends Club. I definitely would want to be a part of that one. Now let's take a quick look at the 2 properties that are for sale. So these are the 2 properties side by side on this corner. You have the larger property on the left with a front door you see here. Then you have a second property on the right. It's a good bit smaller, but still could be used as a separate residence. Both properties are in need of renovation, and you'll see that once we look at the property photos in a moment. But first, I'm just going to do a virtual walk right around the properties here to show you not only some things nearby, but what you could turn these properties into. I'm going to start by turning around and showing you this small park area that's basically right across the street. So you can see the larger of the two properties right there, and I've just come down maybe 100 yards, and look at this beautiful little pond/lake area. It's got a little boardwalk that goes around it, a small island. There's no boat or anything to go out on, but what a great little town to have a little scenic area like this. You could walk out in the morning, go grab coffee, which is again short walk away, and just do a little stroll around this beautiful French town. Now I've come back right in front of the larger property, which you see here on the right. And I just wanted to show the property that's right next door is probably a great model for what you could renovate your property to look like. You can see, it has these brick casing around the windows, which again, it must be a style in this area. But you can see how this house has been renovated. Probably got double glazed windows, all the efficiency upgrades you would want. So you have a model basically of what to upgrade to right next door. Now I've come down the road to the left from where we just were. So the property we were just looking at is right up here. And I just want to show you, here's another example of something you could model your renovation after. The same look with the brickwork windows is just gorgeous. I also wanted to show you this. If I go up another click, just look how gorgeous the countryside is just outside of this town. I can imagine hopping on my bike in the morning and going for a nice leisurely bike ride and explore nearby towns and just discover things around this property. And speaking of biking, let me show you a bike trail that's very close by where you can actually ride from Paris all the way to Mont Saint-Michel on the coast. I'm now on the France Velo Tourism website where you can find cycle maps of routes all over France. And a lot of these routes are what are called Eurovelo routes, which actually connect to other countries like Spain and Belgium and Switzerland and Italy. Anyway, it's a great site to bookmark. Look for a link in the description below. So this route, the Paris to Mont Saint-Michel cycle route, goes very close to the town where the property is located. So I'm going to zoom in on the map here on the right and just show you where you can access this trail from the property. So you can see Moulins-la-Marche right up here at the top of the map, and you see the cycle route down here at the bottom. That view where I was just showing you the countryside is actually very close to this road that you can get on and cycle across, go through this other small town, and hit the trail down here. Or if you wanted to drive and park to be a little closer to it, there's a great spot right here at this little hook. I'll show you what that looks like right now. So this road straight ahead, if you were to continue on this, you could actually take these small country roads right into Moulins-la-Marche. But if you weren't comfortable doing that, this is a little bit of a hike from there. You could drive your car with your bike down here, and there's a parking area for the Voie Verte, which is the French term for a greenway trail. And I'm going to see if I can zoom in on these signs. Yeah, you see Voie Verte, two of them. I'm guessing one of them maybe is a map for bike trails, and then the other is for hiking trails or walking trails. And it looks like a good part of this trail is like a rails to trail where they've converted an old train line to a greenway, which is terrific. Anyway, this is very close to the village. And again, if you took off down this trail to the left, eventually you would end up at Mont Saint-Michel on the coast, which is, of course, iconic. Another fun and relaxing activity nearby is a kayak or canoe rental place, which you can see right here, USP Canoe Kayak. And it's on this very small but beautiful river called La Dive. And you can see they even have a kayaking obstacle course set up. It looks like they have a couple of options for kayak and canoe trips. One where they take you upstream, and I think you float for 2 hours to get back to this location. Or another where you start here where the rental place is and go downstream for 2.5 hours. It looks like a very relaxing day on the water to me. Now that you've seen how close amenities are in town and some really fun and cool adventures you can have nearby, Let's go take a look at the property photos. As I mentioned earlier, both of these properties are in need of pretty much a complete renovation, but the structure seems sound. And again, you kind of have a blank canvas to work from, which is terrific. So you can turn this into your dream property. Another benefit of buying these properties in their current condition is a lot of the demolition has already been done. So again, it's not like you're going to have to hire somebody to come in and tear all the stuff out. A lot of this is already done. And again, it's just waiting for you to build your vision and then work with someone to help you make it a reality. You just want to make sure you budget for the renovation that really turns this into your dream property. By the way, I have a partner in France who can help you with the renovation like this and the entire process of moving to France if that's what you want. If you want more information, just leave me a comment below this video. You can see with the wheelbarrow here how much work they've already done, which I kind of like because, again, it's not like they're trying to sell you a used car and trying to convince you it's a fine automobile. These pictures aren't labeled, but I believe this one and maybe the next couple are from that second smaller property on the side. And you can see it's in a little bit better shape internally, but I would still recommend a full renovation. And you could work with someone to design a place that was functional and efficient. And these old stairs, for example, are being held up by braces. These would probably want to be completely removed, but you may be able to reclaim this wood to use in some other place in the house, which could be a great story and centerpiece. And another good thing about having the floors and ceilings in some of the rooms removed is you don't have to wonder like what's behind the wall or what's above this plaster on the ceiling. The way I look at it is you have the opportunity to buy 2 houses in France for less than a new car in the United States. And even though the renovation is going to cost you some money, just imagine the satisfaction of seeing these places restored in the center of a town where you can walk to all these amenities. Speaking of budgeting, if you want to work directly with me to build a simple financial plan around your dream to retire or own property in France or Italy, head over to traveltirement.com. You'll be added to the notification list of this new service when you download one of my free checklists. And if you loved this cheap property, you should check out this video next.